the small, forgotten town of Black Hollow, whispers of the cursed house at the end of Willow Lane had lingered for generations. The structure, old and weathered, had long been the subject of children's stories, warnings that dripped with terror. But, as fate would have it, the house found its new occupant in Claire, a curious young woman drawn to its mystery. Claire wasn't afraid of the dark tales. In fact, she intended to uncover the secrets lurking in the shadows. On a gloomy autumn evening, she stepped over the threshold, the door creaking ominously behind her. The air inside was thick with an unsettling chill, and the scent of mildew clung to her like a warning. Days passed, and Claire felt an unshakable presence within the house. It began as a mere whisper, a hushed voice echoing in the corners of her mind. "I will take your soul and rip it to pieces," it taunted, sending shivers down her spine. Ignoring the unease that tightened around her heart, she pressed on, documenting her findings in a journal. One night, as storm clouds rumbled overhead, Claire awoke to a chilling sight. The corners of her dimly lit room seemed to distort, the shadows lengthening uncomfortably. Through the haze, she saw herself reflected in the cracked mirror, her eyes vacant, her mouth twisted into an eerie grin. It felt as though the reflection was not her own, but something far more sinister. Without warning, she was yanked from her bed, her body contorting unnaturally. Claire found herself clawing at the walls, her fingernails scraping against the old plaster. With each movement, grotesque eyes began to emerge from the dark recesses of the room, watching her with a malevolent hunger. They gleamed like shattered glass, each one capturing a piece of her soul. "See you in hell," a guttural voice growled from her own mouth, sending a wave of horror crashing over her. Claire felt herself sinking into a dark abyss, her very essence being pulled away. She was losing herself, her mind slipping into the clutches of the ancient malevolence that had awakened. As her body crawled across the walls, defying gravity with an unnatural grace, the pungent smile stretched wider across her face. Each grotesque eye blinked in unison, and Claire could feel the overwhelming presence of the demon within her, feeding off her fear and despair. "I will take your soul and rip it to pieces," it repeated, an unholy chant echoing through the haunted hallways. Desperate to escape, Claire searched for the strength to reclaim her body. She reached for her journal, desperately recalling the rituals she had studied, in the hopes of banishing evil. With immense effort, she managed to write a plea, a final stand against the darkness clawing at her soul. With one last cry for freedom, she thrust the journal toward the floor, unleashing a wave of energy. The oppressive air shattered like glass, and in an explosion of darkness and light, Claire was thrown across the room. Everything fell silent. When she regained consciousness, the house was still. The oppressive weight had lifted, but she felt a searing emptiness As Claire stumbled to her feet, she gazed into the mirror once more. The grotesque smile was gone, but in its place she saw the remnants of a lingering evil. The demon had retreated, but the scars of the encounter would never fade. She had escaped the night, but as the shadows in the corners stirred, Claire understood that some horrors are never truly vanquished. The whispers returned, soft and sinister, reminding her with each passing day, "See you in hell."